I'll never forget the day my wife dropped a bombshell on me. She wanted to name our unborn child after her sister, someone I've always had a strained relationship with. To be honest, I've never been a fan of my sister-in-law, and the thought of my child bearing her name made my skin crawl. As I sat there, trying to process this news, I couldn't help but think about all the drama and tension that my sister-in-law had brought into our lives. The way she would constantly meddle in our affairs, the way she would criticize me and my decisions, it all came flooding back. I felt like I was going to explode, but I tried to keep my cool, for the sake of my wife and our unborn child. But as the days went by, the tension between us continued to build. My wife would bring up the name, and I would try to brush it off, not wanting to start a fight. But deep down, I was seething. I felt like she was betraying me, like she was choosing her sister over me. I started to wonder if our relationship was really as strong as I thought it was. One day, we were sitting in the living room, and my wife brought up the name again. I tried to reason with her, to explain why I didn't want our child to have that name. But she just wouldn't listen. She kept saying that it was a beautiful name, that it would be a great way to honor her sister. I felt like I was talking to a brick wall. That's when it hit me, I was being selfish. I was so caught up in my own feelings and biases that I wasn't considering my wife's perspective. I wasn't thinking about how much this name meant to her, about how it would make her feel. I was only thinking about myself, about how it would affect me. I took a deep breath and tried to calm down. I looked at my wife, and I saw the love and determination in her eyes. I realized that this wasn't just about the name, it was about our relationship, about our family. It was about us, and what we wanted for our child. I made a decision, right then and there. I would support my wife, no matter what. I would put aside my own feelings and biases, and I would do what was best for our family. We would name our child after her sister, and we would make it work. As I looked at my wife, I saw tears in her eyes. She was grateful, relieved, and happy. I knew that I had made the right decision, not just for our child, but for our relationship. I had faced my demons, and I had come out on top. But little did I know, this was only the beginning. As we started to prepare for the arrival of our baby, I began to realize that my sister-in-law's presence in our lives was not just a minor issue, but a major problem. She was causing tension, drama, and stress, and it was affecting our relationship. I started to wonder if I had made a mistake, if I had been too hasty in my decision. But as I looked at my wife, I knew that I had done the right thing. I had put our family first, and I had made a sacrifice for the people I love. In the end, it all came down to family drama, relationship goals, and sisterly love. It was about putting aside our differences, and coming together for the people we care about. It was about forgiveness, understanding, and compromise. And as I held my newborn child in my arms, I knew that it was all worth it. As I reflect on this journey, I am reminded that relationships are never easy. They take work, dedication, and sacrifice. But in the end, it's all worth it, because family is everything. And as I look at my wife, my child, and my sister-in-law, I know that I would do it all again in a heartbeat, because that's what family is all about.